What I have here today are a handful of records which I purchased in the past few weeks, 2 weeks to be more approximate. Walmart had a Black Friday sale for their CDs, I mean their records, and well, they've been doing like sales prior to Black Friday, which is usually on the Friday after Thanksgiving. A lot of stores have been starting sales before Black Friday. I don't know what their reasoning is, if it's just to alleviate customers during the holiday season, but because of the pandemic, they've been doing a lot more stores have been participating in that kind of sales. I think it's just to evenly distribute their sales so that a lot of people don't bunch up in the stores. Could be just someone wanting one thing and then coming in for coming in and clogging up the stores and whatever. Anyways, this is Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman. Not sure how popular this album was, because I don't really like these songs all that well. I do like Ozzy Osbourne. I saw him in concert in 2019 in his No More Tours tour. Supposedly he's retiring from touring, but he still makes music, I think. This album originally cost $22, and it is a color variation. Special color variation. We'll look at the jackets. These parts, I think all records have something like this to put the record in. Could be paper or like some kind of plastic sheet thing, and they could have either lyrics on it, pictures, or they might have sheets with lyrics and pictures on them. And I don't know if they make a whole lot of those with newer records, but I think these are better because you don't have so much paper in there because it clogs up when you're trying to put them away. So this is a blue swirl record. I really like these color variations because I don't, old black is kind of cool, for nostalgia, but these are kind of cool to look at, all these colors and stuff. And this color particular kind of reminds me of some like old pot or dish from the old days, probably around 80s or 70s. Your grandparents or your parents, depending on how old you are, may have had one of those, and you might see it in your house in the cabinets, like a china cabinet. That's the one thing I hate about records is, I'll show you on camera, is they're hard to put back in some days. Why? Because there's this little flap right here that kind of stops you, so you gotta kind of spread the jacket a little more. That's the most annoying thing with records. That's why I like CDs a little more for that. Some people say like records sound better than CDs, but it could be just making up stuff. You have a lot more advantages with CDs. You have a hard copy, and you can also put it on your computer and have it as an MP3 and use it, on your phone and stuff. They also are a little less delicate than records. Records can easily get damaged. People have stored theirs in the basements in later years because they weren't using them anymore. They were switching over media. And you'll find a lot of older records are all messed up sometimes. Anyways, this is the Jimi Hendrix Experience Freedom Atlanta Pop Festival. Here's the cover. Jimi Hendrix jamming. Now, the Jimi Hendrix Experience were three guys, Jimi Hendrix, and I don't know the other guys because everybody loved Jimi Hendrix. But they were like two white guys. And he was a big popular musician back in the day. He did a lot of cool things. I think towards his end he was kind of dying down a little bit. I think people didn't like him as well for some reason. I don't know. But he did drugs, and that's how he died. Ozzy Osbourne, surprisingly, did drugs. I read a little bit of his book. He also smelled like car stuff, manufacturing cars and stuff. And I don't know if he has Parkinson's, I believe now, but I don't think that helped him. But I don't even know what drugs he did, but he's still alive. I think I forgot how he died, if it was drugs or if it was alcohol. So I know a lot of singers or artists back in this time frame, like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin, those guys kind of died from alcohol, I think. One of the guys from AC/DC, and then the drummer from, or was it someone else? Maybe I could be getting confused because a lot of people died from these bands though too. Anyways, here's the back cover. Here are the songs: All Along the Watchtower, decent song. Freedom, not really sure what that song is. Foxy Lady, another decent Hendrix song. Purple Haze, you know, a lot of people note the drug reference. There's also like a marijuana strain, I think, called Purple Haze. There's also a beer called Purple Haze. We got Hey Joe. My favorite is this one, Voodoo Child, because it sounds real heavy. I think I heard it as a kid, and it was like used somewheres in wrestling, or some song similar sound to it. We got Stone Free, Star Spangled Banner, and Straight Ahead. I think there is a video where Jimi Hendrix played the Star Spangled Banner. I think it may have been at, let's see, where was it? Woodstock. I think I have that on record as well. Look, the backs. I don't know if it says who played with Jimi Hendrix on here at all. Anyways, this record costs $21, and it comes in a nice little protective sleeve. So maybe this one just originally came in a plain white one, you know, paper. But I don't know. I've never seen the original, so I can't tell you that exactly. It's a white record with some blue and red in there. Not really that cool. Still pretty decent. Move on to the next one. Everybody loves Jimi Hendrix. If you like rock and roll, he's one of the biggest guys because he played a lot. He did a lot with guitar. I think he would probably be considered a guitar legend. He played it with his, I don't know if he played it with his tongue or his teeth, but everybody that listens to rock and roll, or maybe metal, know who Jimi Hendrix is. Anyways, next is Michael Jackson. A lot of people know who he is. He's considered pop, I think, or hip hop. I don't know. Sometimes if you look online, it's gonna say something different. Sometimes I think his music is considered rock and roll. This is Michael Jackson's Dangerous. Now, a lot of these songs I don't really recognize. I don't know if I've ever really heard these. I listened to it a bit, and I don't recall any of these really. This may have been like maybe a least successful album, but I know I've heard Black or White, and there's a music video for that as well. It's a pretty decent cover, by the way. Real ornate looking. This one has two discs, and this album supposedly cost $33 when it was new. Like the Ozzy Osbourne one, this one has the lyrics and stuff on there. Checkered pattern picture. Checker pattern kind of reminded me of a Garth Brooks album, so I'm like, when I had this out, I was like, where did my Garth Brooks go? I'm like, oh yeah, it's Michael Jackson. Anyways, here's this. I'm not going to show the other one because they should look exactly alike. Epic Records. I like the Epic Records logo on it, especially when it's on the black record. It just looks a little nicer. Pretty decent. Not really a whole lot special. Now, people like to handle records differently. I try to handle them on the edge like how I handled CDs. You might still get fingerprints on the playing surface. Records play differently than CDs, so a needle actually has to touch the CD playing surface in order to the record playing surface in order to play it. So they could potentially get damaged if they get jarred, or if you get a worn out needle. CDs use a laser beam to read it. Anyways, we're going to the next one. Memphis Mayflower, This Light I Hold. I bought this at a FYE store. It's pretty basic looking. Never heard of the band, but it was in the metal section, and it was $12.99, which is a good price for records, because usually they're $20 or more. I decided to just say, I'll buy it. It's a metalcore band, so I thought it was going to be pretty hard, but it's not really as hard as it sounds more like an alternative band. Anyways, here it is. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's a hole. This is like how records were packaged in the day as well. It'll come with a paper sleeve like this. I don't know if these are the exact lyrics. Sometimes they would put thank you notes and other stuff on there. And I think this one was a color variation as well. There you go. It's a blue color variation with a little black center like that. We'll just put that back in. But as I was saying, the record needle hits those grooves and it produces sound. It'll also produce it even if you don't have it turned on. You can kind of faintly hear the music being played if you were to rub the needle on the record, or move the record. Okay, so these are the new ones, the brand new ones I bought. The next ones are going to be new to me, I guess you can say. I didn't buy them new. I bought these at a record show. And it cost me $2 to get in, which is okay, especially when you find something. So we got The Doors. It's just called The Doors. Now, I don't know if I said anything, but basement, this is what I consider a basement record. Records that deteriorated poorly in the basement. You got The Doors, so you can see there's a lot of rubbing and stuff on there. This is $3, so I said, what the heck, I'll get it. I like The Doors. There you go. Paid $3 for it. As long as it plays, that's all that really matters. Not really something you would collect to cherish. Record looks fairly decent. $3. You probably can't find something like this at Goodwill a whole lot. But you'll get this rub on there. I don't know if it comes from just sitting there, because sometimes you'll get this rub, the shape of the record. You can also see that the record was sliding out. I think when moisture gets to it, that adhesive comes off. And if you like the music, you can get the records cheaper if you buy them this way. Sometimes they also have a moldy smell too. Next, we got Kiss. I saw them a few weeks ago in 2021. They canceled their show in 2020, so I never got to see them then. Luckily, I didn't buy tickets for them. But you had to be either vaccinated or show a proof of a negative test. They are pro-vaccination. I don't know how many bands are there, but a lot of people don't like that. Previous week, I went to Brooks and Dunn, and they did not have a vaccination requirement. I thought it was like more of the concert venue saying, hey, you had to be vaccinated, or the promoter or whatever. It was Live Nation, by the way. And, well, I saw somewhere that Gene Simmons, which is him here, wanted, he decided he was pro-vaccination. I'm not really for or against vaccination. It's up to you. But enough talk of that. So this is Gene Simmons. If I'm correct here, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, I believe that's Peter Criss, and Ace Frehley. But maybe this is not the era where they were all there, because I think there's newer guys now, and I don't even know their names. Anyways, here's the back. Pretty much the same as this. I actually bought a patch just like this one. We'll look at the music on here. See you in your dreams, love them and leave them. Hard Luck Woman, which is a decent song. It's not really a rockin' song. I believe Peter Criss, the drummer, I think that's him, is the one that sang this song. And I think there was like a little raucous about him making it, because it wasn't originally intended for him. Hard Luck Woman, Making Love, Take Me, I Want You, Calling Dr. Love. That's a decent song. Probably one of the other bigger songs on here. Baby Driver, and then Ladies Room and Mr. Speed. There we go. This record has some deterioration on it, so I got it cheaper. Sometimes when they're in better condition, they also sell a lot more. I think this would have been $40-50. But it's like roughed up and stuff. I don't know what it all says on the back. Sometimes they'll say, who sang the songs and stuff, thank yous and stuff. Manufactured and distributed by 1976 Casablanca Records. I don't even think this one had a sleeve in it. Let's see. Oh, there is one. Yeah, and this is what I said. Older records used a plain white sleeve. A lot of times these records sell better if they are full. Complete and everything. Pretty cool logo on there. I like how that logo is. I think nowadays, if you buy a CD, the CD itself might not even have a logo like that anymore. Like, if you buy Kiss, it might have just the record, the cover on the CD. Since I'm on the topic of Kiss, I did buy Kiss Destroyer used. I think it was an original one, but you can get them new now, and it was in better condition than this, and I even paid like $4 for it. This one cost $5. You can get this actually. I saw it at a Best Buy, and I thought, I'm not gonna get it. And then, I went back and I said, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And then it wasn't there, but luckily I was able to get one for $5. Anyways, Kiss Alive, pretty cool picture on this album. Costs $10. I think if I bought this as a full, complete, good condition, it would have been $40-50. This is probably my first experience with Kiss. My brother actually got the album, I think this particular one, on CD, like from a yard sale, and it was like 2-disc set. So here are the songs on here. The first side, each side of the record is 1, 2, 3, or 4, or it could be A, B, C, D. It really depends on who makes them. I know there's so much into it. Anyways, Deuce, Strutter, Got to Choose, Hotter Than Hell, and Firehouse. I think like the two biggest songs on this first album is Deuce, Strutter, and Hotter Than Hell. I don't really recognize those other songs. So on side 2, we got Nothing to Lose, Come On and Love Me, and Parasite, and She. Another few songs I never really heard a lot by them. 3 is Watching You, 100,000 Years, and Black Diamond. Never really heard Black Diamond, but I've heard it now because of the concert, and it's a real decent song. Number 4 is Rock Bottom, Cold Gin, Rock and Roll All Night, Let Me Go Rock and Roll. Okay, well, Rock and Roll All Night is one of their biggest hits, probably the biggest one they've done, so I automatically recognize that one. Cold Gin is one song that I've never really heard a whole lot. It's decent. Rock Bottom, never heard of that one, and that one it could be just because the greatest hits albums I used to listen to, never had them. Anyways, here's that album. Back, we'll look on the inside as well. Let's see. Has some thank yous and stuff, fan mail. You can join the Kiss Army if you want. Which was their fan club, was Kiss Army. Let's see, Kiss uses Gibson guitar and Pearl drums because they want the best. If you want the best, you got the best. I think I don't know, that's what they would say when they're in concert, when they're coming out. So this is Kiss. Yeah, and this one's one of those like basement fresh ones, all messed up and stuff like that. But here it is. The record's pretty decent shape. The person that was selling this probably put these records in here, which is good. And those things, because I don't think they ever made those like back in the day. So it's more recent thing. So here's some notes. If you want to pause and read that. It's from each of the band members. They wrote notes down here. Let's see, and you got a picture of each album of Kiss. More Kiss. You got Kiss. I don't know what album that is. Kiss. I think that's Dressed to Kill. Hotter Than Hell. There you go. That's all the pictures. Like I said, this album was in rough shape, but not horrible. As long as it plays, it's all that really matters. I would rather have a record jacket on mine than just the record. So anyways, here's Kiss Alive 2. Here we go. It's another live album. I think the original lineup's still on this one. Let's see here. I don't know if it says who they are. There we go. I almost forgot. Each one of these band members has like a second name. So Gene Simmons is, I believe, the Demon. Let's see, he's the Spaceman. I don't know if that's Ace Frehley. I think his name is pronounced weird. It looks like it's Freshly to me, but I think it's Ace Frehley. Oh, and by the way, he was in the area a few months ago, and he was playing with Alice Cooper. Yeah. Next we got Peter Criss, which is the Catman, and Star Child Paul Stanley. He's the lead singer. Gene Simmons also does some singing roles. Anyways, we'll look at the music. This video is getting kind of long, So, Detroit Rock City, that's what they opened with in my concert. King of the Nighttime World, decent song. Ladies Room, Making Love, Love Gun. That song I saw live as well. Paul Stanley came out on a platform. There was a platform in the middle of the audience, and he was singing and playing guitar. There, he played like 2 songs. I forgot what else he played. But anyways, we got Callin' Dr. Love, Christine 16, Shock Me, Hard Luck Woman, Tomorrow and Tonight, I Stole Your Love, Beth, another great hit. They played that at the concert. That was like their closer song when they do the encores and stuff. God of Thunder, that's a cool song. Gene Simmons at the concert will, if I recall, if that was the right song, will come out, like you see the blood in his mouth and everything. He'll come out with blood in his mouth. He'll do like a whole skit and everything. And at the concert I saw, he was also on a platform. So if I remember it right, I think he was on the platform being raised up and singing that song. But anyways, we got I Want You, Shout It Out Loud, another good song. All American Man, Rockin' in the USA, Larger Than Life, Rocket Ride, Any Way You Want It. So it doesn't look like Rock and Roll All Night is on this one, which is kind of upsetting because that was their biggest hit. Anyways, I don't think... Oh, does it open? It does. Yay! And it opens up to a scene of them on stage, probably at their concert, all on platforms. And that's how they came in. They all came in on a platform. Here we go. Here's a little bit of information about this album. You can pause it at each time. It tells you stuff. It has a little tape on the bottom. I don't know if that was like someone just said, "Oh, my record's getting nasty, and we'll put tape on there." Usually, if you repair some of these things, you're supposed to use a special tape, acid-free tape, is what you're supposed to use. But I think if you're buying something, you would rather not have it taped because you don't know if they did that. So, anyways, this album, you know, like a old album, where it just comes with the record sleeve like that, and a record like this. Casablanca Records. Nothing special with those. Most of the information is on the jacket. But anyways, that's pretty much about it. If you're into records, how you would, find out about these record shows and stuff, just look up on Google, or sometimes Facebook will alert you of stuff like that. All of a sudden you're looking on Facebook and they say, "Hey, record show in your area," or something. I found a few that way that were like, within half an hour drive from me, or places that I actually frequent a lot. I'm like, I never do that. But you get good deals there. Some of those people may actually sell records like these, crappy records, just, because they know people want them. They just don't want to pay the money, all that much money, and you can still get some good records, good tunes and everything. And, some of those people are good people. You don't get too many bad seeds there, but you might get some there. And, most of the people are there to talk about music. You'll hear people conversing about the old music, the old ways of music and everything. And a lot of those people have gone to concerts and, are trying to tell their tales of all their concerts they went to. Anyways, you can like, share, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.